Good, that was a good one. Yeah?
Hey guys, James here with another mukbang. If you guys like this video, give us a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Mark prepared us a feast of massive proportions today, so I'm actually going to turn it over to him and let him explain what we're having today.
We're having bossam today, which is a Korean-style braised pork.
And so how long did it take you to make all of this? I was no help at all.
I don't know. We got back, I think total maybe an hour and a half. Yeah.
So this is the pork belly that you prepared, and then what's this here?
It's like a radish and oyster kimchi. That's really good with the pork together.
And then I guess the way you eat this is we're going to be making wraps with it. So are these two different kinds of greens?
Yeah, we got a red leaf lettuce and a green leaf lettuce, and also these perilla leaves. Okay.
And perilla leaves are like sesame leaves, right?
Sesame seed leaves, yeah.
Sesame seed leaves. And then we also have, Mark didn't make this.
We just picked it up.
This is stir-fried blue crab. And then you also made a dipping sauce as well. So it's kind of hiding behind here, but what's in the dipping sauce?
It's salted shrimp and green onions, garlic, and chili powder. It's really salty.
Yeah, so you only need just a little bit of it.
Yeah.
So I think we should just dig in.
Okay.
Maybe you could guide us in making a wrap.
So I'm gonna start off with the red leaf lettuce one. Well, traditionally, you're supposed to use pickled cabbage to wrap this in.
Really?
But I personally like it with fresh lettuce.
Doesn't your hands get dirty like using pickled cabbage?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's non-seasoned pickled cabbage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So grab a good leaf, and then I like this sesame seed leaf right here, and like to layer it.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Mark's been trying to get me in on this sesame leaf business, but ever since he's introduced me, it's kind of been an uphill battle.
And then grab a piece of pork belly, or two. It's up to you.
I think I'm gonna do two. Okay.
And then grab an oyster with some of this radish, kimchi radish.
I love oysters and kimchi. I don't know what it is. It's just.
And then if you want, add a little bit of this salted shrimp sauce.
Okay.
Sauce. Okay. And then you wrap it very tightly. So you're supposed to fit this all in one mouth.
Well, I assume one mouth.
In one bite.
One bite.
In
Okay.
one bite.
Okay.
In one bite. Okay. Okay.
Well, let's I guess do a paused
Sure.
thumbnail thing if they can even. Cool. All right.
Cheers.
I'm used to talking like right after having a bite. Wow, that was really a good bite. I felt like there's like the richness from the fat on the pork belly, the salt from this oyster kimchi that you made, and then the salted shrimp too. I still, despite all of those flavors, I could still taste the perilla leaf, but it wasn't as bad as normal.
Okay.
Usually it's like, but I think because there's all these other flavors, it kind of mutes it a little bit.
Okay.
Really good. How did you get the color on the pork belly like that?
Well, it's braised in like different things.
Well, do you remember what you put in there?
Yeah, like fermented soybean, paste. The recipe that I use calls for instant hazelnut coffee, so that gives it some a good flavor, but also a good brown color to the pork. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna just keep going, right?
Yeah. You might want to get a smaller leaf if you don't like it as much.
Are this? I mean, these leaves all are huge.
No, they're pretty big.
Yeah. You know what this leaf reminds me of?
Oh, when you're naked and they put leaves over you.
Well, I guess that could work too. I need a bigger leaf.
Oh.
No. It reminds me of Super Mario 3.
Oh yeah,
With
the raccoon.
The raccoon.
Yeah.
Are you doing just one piece or two?
I'm doing one.
Oh. And the oyster, they sell them in the bag already, so it's not like you gotta shuck them or anything, right?
No, get the frozen oyster that's been flash frozen right away, and then you could just thaw it and then add it to your kimchi, and it's still good. Okay.
You don't have to wait for me to do your gymongous bites.
Maybe this is not a good mukbang dish. It's hard to talk.
Well, I'll chew, I'll do like little thought bubbles.
If I see a leaf on you, I'll let you know.
Or vice versa. You have a little red here.
We were gonna just pick up already cooked bossam when we saw it at the market, huh?
Yeah, so they have that as an option, so maybe if you are too intimidated with making it for the first time, I would recommend getting that.
I want to try one just by itself.
That's a good idea. Yeah, this would all, before we started filming, we had to get what drinks we wanted, and Mark said this would taste good with beer.
Or soju.
Or soju, yeah. How's it just straight up?
Good. Make sure you add some the salted shrimp.
Yeah. How many times have you made this dish? I can remember at least 2 times.
Hey, yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
It looked from my vantage point relatively easy to make. It's just a lot of steps. Like, you know, cleaning all of the vegetables, chopping up the radish.
Yeah, I like to use the vegetable wash spray to make sure that it's super clean. And then rinsing that off. I don't know, I feel tired. We just finished cooking and I just did some of the dishes too.
Oh.
You know, I feel like every cuisine has its own pork belly dish.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah, Vietnamese, we have pet kho, which is also like a braised pork belly. I think I ate it for the Lunar New Year mukbang I did.
Oh
And
yeah.
There's like egg in it, there's bamboo. Maybe smaller leaves around here. This one seems okay.
American bacon.
Yes,
Right.
bacon.
Bacon.
Actually, that's why I wore this shirt today. It was like, I felt like it was appropriate for this mukbang.
It was your pork shirt.
My pork shirt, yeah. I don't know how many of these I can eat, but I think it's because I'm doubling up on the meat. And actually, this is only half the portion, right?
Yeah, we have another half.
And pork is relatively inexpensive, right? Compared to like beef. I think I need to do two because I've already gone down that path. I forgot what it was that we ate at one point, but I remember being amazed at how much like food you were able to fit in your mouth in one bite. It had to have been like a wrap or something, like a Korean style wrap. That's what sam means, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's pork? Bowls? No, bowl? No? That was an educated guess. Oh, I should know pork from Korean barbecue. Oh, samgyeopsal, does that mean pork belly?
So yes, samgyeopsal is pork belly, but there's all these different words for pork in Korean. Like yu, pork.
Yeah, I took half a bite and it's still okay. So I've been wearing hats in these last couple mukbangs because I'm in desperate need of a haircut. So if I look darker, that's why. We've actually been in the sun a little bit more than usual this past weekend.
Why don't I try cutting your hair?
No, that doesn't sound like a good idea right before...
In front of the camera.
Like, I'm not that desperate for views.
Haircut mukbang.
Because we're taking our photos, our engagement photos this coming weekend.
Yeah, why don't...
And that doesn't seem like...
That's romantic.
No,
why don't I
doesn't.
cut your hair and...
Then I can cut your hair.
I don't need a haircut.
No, I'll cut it anyways.
No, I don't need it. If I need it...
It doesn't matter if
I need it, then
So you're
I'll
not getting
do
a haircut before? Because I thought you were. No?
I don't know. It depends how it looks.
You made more of this as well?
Yeah, there's more.
And this is relatively low carb, which is what we were trying to go for, right?
Yeah, I mean, I do want a bowl of rice, but we're trying to cut out on carbs.
I've been miserable. You've been pretty good about it. I'm doing one without the perilla leaf. This one's huge. If you want another crab, just let me know.
Okay.
When you go to like a restaurant and order this, it's like at least 20 something bucks, right? Not really bright on your side.
Oh, the sun's setting down. Really close up.
Well, the way it's focusing is kind of... Eddie's licking my toes. Can you tell the difference in taste of red and green leaf lettuce?
I can't.
No, right? Okay.
I grew up eating Korean barbecue, wrapping it in lettuce leaves.
Mm. Before rice paper took off, right? And I told you, like, growing up, I thought Korean barbecue just meant the short rib, and that was it.
Oh no. All
But there are
different
so
kinds
many kinds of meats. It was just because my family just revered that kind of meat.
Well, here's the thing. The short ribs that we see here originated by Korean people in LA back in the day. So the kalbi strips is actually called LA kalbi. So a little bit of history lesson there is because when Koreans like immigrated to the United States and they wanted to make kalbi, the butcher didn't cut the ribs the way how it's traditionally eaten, so they only had the short rib version. Yeah, and then it became really popular, so people in Korea order LA kalbi.
And they call it that over
Yeah,
there.
because there's two kinds. There's kalbi and then LA kalbi.
Do you want me to follow up with something?
I thought it was interesting.
No, I didn't say it wasn't. I just didn't have anything else to add. Here, have a crab.
We've been eating a lot of crabs lately.
Have we? Oh, I guess so.
Well, the Costco crab. And when we went to Santa Barbara, we had crab.
What's wrong with having crab?
No, nothing. I'm just saying. It's like, oh, you look familiar. So we went shopping today for an engagement photo shoot, but we don't know exactly what we're wearing yet. So we bought like 5 different options, and then we're gonna decide later on what might look good, and then see if we could coordinate with each other or not.
I think how it'll play out, and I don't know if you'll agree or not, but I think you'll decide your outfit, and then I'll choose mine, not vice versa. Because I think you have a better... Overall, your fashion sense is way better than mine. So I think you'll know what will look good on you, and then I'll compliment it, versus me like, oh, this is what I should wear, and then you match me. I think that's fine.
Ding put a lot of pressure on me.
There's no pressure. It's just, like, what looks good on you. You've always been more fashion forward than I've ever been. But one of the reasons why is the first time I met Mark was probably a week or two after he came back from Korea. So he had been studying abroad. You guys probably heard that story in other mukbangs. And so all of his clothes was not like what I was used to here. Like, this was back in college when everyone was probably wearing like American Eagle, Hollister, like those brands. And then he would wear something where I'm like, I can't find any of that like right now in America. And then maybe a few months later, yeah, it would end up showing up because then they would catch wind.
That was 11 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But
well, I mean, I was there for 6 months, so I need to buy clothes.
I mean, yeah.
I had one of those fake glasses.
Yeah. I remember that.
Because, like, everyone and their mom would wear glasses in Korea, even if they're fake.
I feel like we need to replenish this because we're both being polite and not grabbing that last oyster. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're also kind of nervous about how to pose for the photo shoot too, huh? We have no idea how to do it.
I talked about it a little bit in my last last video.
Did you?
But we were hanging out with some friends yesterday, and we just said, and we looked up some blogs because that's what people recommended for us to like get examples or ideas from. And I felt bad because we looked at those together and we started laughing. Like they were like very cheesy poses, like things that are definitely not you and me for sure. So it'll be interesting to like see how they turn out. I feel like it's just going to be a crapshoot. Like either we'll really like them or they're going to be a disaster.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, come to think of it, we're not even the type that really like puts photos up of ourselves. I think we have one. Like that's all the way back there. I think it was when we first like signed the papers to finalize having this house, and maybe a couple of photos on the fridge, but nothing like professionally done and framed and all of that. When Mark was house hunting, I don't know how many years ago that was, but one of the houses we walked into, do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
I know you're chewing right now, so I won't make you explain, but one of the houses had this, I mean, I'm all for like photos from your wedding and whatnot, but this was like a really large...
It's like 5 feet by 7 feet.
Yeah, I don't think you're exaggerating.
No, 5 by 7 feet, not inches.
And it was a photo of the bride and groom. I mean, they were just in a pose in their wedding attire, and it was like the focal point of that room.
Yeah.
And I think we saw that right when we came in, and that's all I could think about. Like, I didn't care how many bedrooms or bathrooms there were in that house. I didn't care that that kitchen was horrible. Like, all I could think about was that photo up there is really large and obnoxious, and I can't imagine living here because of that. So if you're ever selling a house, I think that's why they tell you to take away all of your personal things, because you want people to like envision them living in that space, right?
Yeah.
So if you see a big photo of like this other like rando married couple, I don't think that'll like.
It was a little creepy.
Yeah.
It was too big. Yeah.
So a little rant about that. How much more steam do you have left in you?
I could eat a couple more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it does help that we're not eating rice, so you have more room to eat. What, the leaf?
The order in which, like,
Yeah,
I'm so particular with my layering order.
The leaf's always an afterthought for me. Like this one was more like, oh, I haven't eaten one
In a while.
in a while, so I should eat one.
You know, one thing that people do to each other
Mm-hmm.
when eating a san is, if you love each other, you're supposed to make it and feed each other.
So
Can we do that?
we have to do. Okay.
So maybe make one and I'll feed you first. How about that?
So we were watching Korean drama, and I don't know if any of you guys are watching the same one as us, but there was a scene where the guy fed the woman that he wasn't with, and then they ended up having an affair. Do you remember? They went camping. You're too much.
Oh.
We're watching it now.
Yeah.
So the other girl should have known, like, hey, why are you feed? I mean, he fed her first, and then he fed the other girl, and then he ended up having an affair with her.
It's symbolic.
Yeah.
Giving each
Don't
other
feed people.
giving each other Sam is symbolic. Okay. Ready? Okay.
I'm nervous.
Okay. Good. That was a good one. Yeah. Does it taste like love?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Does it taste different from the ones that you make for yourself?
I felt more compact.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's all like loose and.
Oh no, you're supposed to. Well, the way how I did, I wrap it up really tight.
My turn?
Yeah, feed me. Don't try to get it on my face.
Well, I'm more nervous about it. I can do whatever I want, right?
Yeah, do what you want to make for me. Let me practice my opening up my
Oh my
mouth.
god, you'll love this leaf. This is bigger than the lettuce. I got it. I'm gonna stick a crab in there too. I'm getting hungry as I'm making this. Like I might just eat this myself. Actually, that might be symbolic because you know how much I love food, and I would feed myself, right?
You'll feed yourself first. Aw, Hetty's looking at us. It's like, does anyone love me?
Oh no. Okay, why does this all of a sudden look like a dumpling? Okay. Did I miss something? I felt like I did everything. Should that be one of our photo ops as we are making? I mean, we can save some of this and then feed each other wraps next weekend. We're supposed to come up with ideas on, because one of our concepts is just everyday life, like, so we have to think of things that we actually are doing, and our photographer will be taking photos of us doing that, but then I don't know what we would do. I mean, normally we're just in our pajamas watching TV, but that doesn't seem that interesting.
Yeah, drinking coffee.
I would probably be drinking juice because I don't drink coffee.
Oh, making a cocktail drink. That would be a cool shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it'll be at 8 in the morning, but there are days we do that. Well, I'm stuffed. I don't know about you, Mark.
Stuff too.
Thank you so much for making dinner. Like, it's a really nice treat. Every time Mark cooks, I am like, it's a huge treat for me. And I feel like I never cook Korean food because I think I have no right in cooking it. I think you do such a solid job every time. So thank you for such a great meal.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
And again, if you guys have questions on like how to make this, I'll make sure I relay that to Mark and he gets back to you. We have some footage of him actually making it, so I'm sure it'll be sprinkled in this video if you made it this far. But if you guys like this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up, like it. Oh wait, that's the same thing.
Thumbs up is liking it.
Comment and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.